Join us in achieving a sustainable future.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the 2026 UI GreenMetric Regional Information Session for the UK and Europe region. We are delighted to have you join us today, wherever you are turning in from. This session is part of our ongoing mission to engage institutions across the region in advancing sustainability in higher education. Today, we will share the latest updates on the questionnaires and upcoming events of UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Ranking, including the introduction of the new category, governance and digitalization for the 2026 metric measurement. In this session, you will also have the opportunity to meet and engage in discussion with our chairperson and team of experts. We will also highlight important strategies to support your university in improving its performance in the UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Ranking 2026. My name is Raihana, and I will be your Master of Ceremony for this session. It is my great honor to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Vishnu Juwono, SAMEA, as a chairperson of UI GreenMetric, Dr. Abelia Anggiwardani SHMA as a vice chairperson of UI GreenMetric, as well as rectors, vice rectors, dean, chancellors, vice chancellors, and campus sustainability teams from all around the world. We are truly delighted to have you with us today. This session will be divided into 3 parts. First, we will begin with the chairperson opening remarks introducing the UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Ranking and its global network. Second, we will proceed with the main presentation on the 2026 UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Ranking indicators and data submission process. And finally, we will have the Q&A session. If you would like to ask a question, feel free to submit your question in the chat box. To officially open today's session, we are honored to invite Chairperson of UI GreenMetric, Dr. Vishnu Juwono, to deliver the opening remarks. To Dr. Vishnu, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Lehana, for the introduction. Yeah, and warm greetings to everyone who attend this info session, especially in the United Kingdom and European region. I already see that around more than 230 participants are joining this webinar. So we're really happy about that. So it's a start of initiative of sustainability through UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Ranking. As you perhaps, if you have just know that we already reached an important milestone last year, in which around 1,745 universities are joining in the UI GreenMetric Sustainability University Rankings 2025. So this is a record of participants, and also the country of origins. Yeah, so we already reached over 100, in which around 105 countries are joining this ranking. We hope that this ranking, the participant of the ranking will reach 2,000 this year. It's not just merely achieving numbers, but what we aim for, mobilizing as much as universities are joining this ranking, is that so that we all together have leverage, yeah, to push for this sustainable campus initiative. And my colleague, Dr. Abelia will explain to you about the latest update of UI GreenMetric Sustainability University Ranking 2026, along with its new indicator, governance and digitalizations. This new indicator, we think it represents the global dynamic which has happened today, in which digitalization create a disruption, and also digitalization also help the efficiency of advancing sustainability as well, on the other hand. And of course, governance, it's always an important element in every organization. Without a proper governance, of course, there will be no proper resource management that can reflect as well, and more importantly, can deliver a policy that bring about the sustainability, not just around the campus, but the society in which the university is located. So hopefully this info session will be a great start for UI GreenMetric Sustainability University Ranking in 2026. And we hope that to see all of you to celebrate the UI GreenMetric Sustainability University Ranking 2026, which will be announced in September 2026. So I will give, that will be my remarks. I'll give back to Mrs. Rehana. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vishnu. Now we will proceed to the second or main part of our session. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker for today, Dr. Abelia Anggiwardani, S.Hom MA. Dr. Abelia has served as the Vice Chairperson of UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Ranking since August 2025. She is also a lecturer and researcher at the Faculty of Humanities, Universitas Indonesia. Dr. Abelia earned her PhD in Cultural Studies from Tilburg University in Netherlands, following earlier degrees in Cultural Diversity Management and French Literature. Her research focused on community formation, everyday life under conflict, and informal economies in post-conflict. Beyond academia, she is actively engaged in peace building and intercultural initiative, drawing on her extensive international research experience. Today, Dr. Abelia will present key updates on UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Ranking 2026, and then how university can align their initiative with global goals, including the Sustainable Development Goals. And lastly, practical strategies to strengthen your campus sustainability profile. Without any further ado, we warmly invite Dr. Abelia to begin the presentation.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants. It is a great honor and pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar. My name is Abelia Anggiwardani, and I'm Vice Chair of UI GreenMetric. Thank you so much, Pak Wisnu Juwono, for opening this important session. So today I would like to discuss the updates that the 2026 UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Ranking will be carried out. So maybe we'll move to the next slide. Okay, so what is UI GreenMetric? It's a global sustainability ranking for universities, cities, and corporate institutions. This ranking was initiated by Universitas Indonesia in 2010. You probably more aware of other existing rankings such as the QS ranking and THE university ranking. So UI GreenMetric is also part of the same ranking network under the IREG. Next. So our vision is to be an open and respected world university ranking system that derives sustainable impact for universities globally with four missions, which is first, organizing the annual World University Rankings on sustainability. And then the second is to encourage the implementation of sustainable practices in universities worldwide. And the third is providing sustainability related services and support to higher education institutions emissions. Of course, we would also like to facilitate international partnerships like this one, focusing especially on sustainability. Next one. Okay, so as just mentioned by Dr. Wisnu, that this year it's particularly different. We made a significant change in terms of our methodology. If you are already familiar with UI GreenMetric methodology, we previously had 6 different indicators, which is the setting infrastructure, energy and climate change, water management, waste management, education and research, and transportation. And this year we add one more indicator, which is the governance and digitalization. I will talk more about all the percentage in the coming slides. Next. So here I will discuss more about the summary of the changes that will happen in our methodology in 2026. So this one is the 2026 reform instrument summary. So as you can see on the table, the most significant change is the first is the number of indicators from 6 to 7 with the introduction of governance and digitalization, while the total score remains at 10,000 points. And the point distribution per category will be changed accordingly. So the 2026 form will also require more supporting data for the university profile and also the partnerships section. Next. Furthermore, this table shows a comparison of percentages between 2025 and 2026. There was a decrease in points across 6 key indicators compared to the previous years because we add a new indicator. So the key changes are also that some digitalization and transparency. Next slide. So if you probably are already aware with our first indicator, which is the setting and infrastructure, adjusted previously from 15%, now only amounting to 11%. So the primary focus remains on the ratio of open space, campus vegetation, and inclusive facilities, especially for people with disabilities, special needs, and pregnant women. And next one. The second indicator is the energy and climate change category, which previously carries 21%, now only 20%. But we remain committed to prioritizing energy efficient equipment, implementing smart building technologies, and increasing the use of renewable energy on campus. So the main technical change is the removal of the energy-specific ICT or indicator, formerly EC11, with this digitalization aspect now centrally managed through the governance and digitalization number 6 indicator. Next one. And then to the waste category in 2020, our focus remains on the effectiveness of the 3R program, or reduce, reuse, recycle, and how the university minimizes paper and plastic use. We also assess the extent to which organic, inorganic, and toxic waste, or B3, is managed responsibly. And the indicator related to the use of ICT, also in all categories this time as well, will be moved to the category number 7, governance and digitalization. Next. So the next category is water management category. The assessment is set to 11%, and it focuses on the extent of water absorption areas, conservation programs, and the use of water-saving equipment on campus. So technically, this one as well, all the ICT indicator for water also moved to the indicator number 7. Next. And then for the indicator of transportation, assessments focus on reducing private vehicle use and how the university provides shuttle services, for example, and the availability of zero emission vehicles and pedestrian paths. As with other categories, the ICT indicators also move to the indicator number 7. Next. And the sixth indicator, which is the education and research category, and now more precisely assesses, and the key indicators include the ratio of sustainability theme courses, sanctions, and the number of student-led startups, for example, begin to monitor the percentage of graduates employed in green jobs. Okay, next one. So this is the new category, digitalization. And as you can see on the slide, several key indicators, which is, just a second, the percentage of university budget for sustainability efforts, university-run sustainability website, sustainability report, and financial report, availability of a unit or office coordinating sustainability on campus, the use of ICT for sustainability program, including different stages, which is the planning, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation, and also policy on advanced digital technologies, the use of AI, IoT, etc., to support decision making, efficiency, and service delivery, and the ratio of female leaders to total institutional leaders, anti-corruption and integrity system, which is in place in the university, and whistleblowing and complaint system that are in place already in universities, LMS-enabled digital literacy program, and a written code of ethics for university leaders, academic staff, administrative staffs, and students. Okay, next one. So now I will explain the UI GreenMetric ranking data, especially in the UK and Europe. Next one. So here you can see we started in 2010 with only 95 universities from 35 countries. And last year in 2025, we have reached the number of participants to 1,745 universities from 105 countries. Next one. So this is the distribution of the participants, which is concentrated mostly in Asia with 1,061 universities. And the fewest were in Oceania with only universities. Other continents such as the Latin America or Southern America has 206 universities. And in Europe, it's also like the second highest participating universities with more than 300 universities participating in UI GreenMetric. Next one. So for the 2025 edition last year, there were a total of 360 universities participating across the UK and Europe in our ranking system. And Turkey leads the region with 85 participating universities, followed by Russia with 47. And Spain contributes 34 universities, while Italy and Ukraine each have 33 participants. So overall, the map highlights strong engagement across Europe, with participation concentrated particularly in Turkey, Southern and Eastern Europe. Next one. So what actually drives universities to get involved in UI GreenMetric? So we provide a structured, data-driven assessment tool to help universities measure their sustainability performance. And this assessment promotes transparency, supports continuous improvement, and also it allows universities to compare their achievements against global standards and peer institutions. With our 7 So in addition, universities are joining our network because they would like to enhance their global visibility and especially their institutional reputation with the events that we co-organize with our university partners and also other events that are organized by UI GreenMetric throughout the year. Next one. So by joining the UI GreenMetric network, participating universities also gain access to a global network and also become part of an international community. So like this one, some of the events that we conducted in different countries. Next one. So, of course, this is one of the most important points why universities are joining our network is because UI GreenMetric encourages universities to also integrate the sustainable development goals into their core mission. As you can see on the slide, that each of our indicator has relevant or is integrated to different types of goals from the SDGs. For example, the one from education and research has the most integrated points to the SDGs goals. Next one. And okay, the last reason, probably reason why universities would like to join our network is we provide a roadmap to strategic transformation for institutional change. And this is, for example, the ranking results can be used to gain government support or to join international consortia or to get grants from different institutions as well. Next one. So how to get involved or to join the UI GreenMetric ranking system and network. And this is the data submission process. Next. So first, we would like to make an announcement that we just moved our domain from uigreenmetric.ui.ac.id to uigreenmetric.com. Next one. And so to participate, you can check this for returning university for universities who have already signed up for our ranking system last year or years prior. You can check the uigreenmetric.com questionnaire university, and then please log in with your existing username and password. For new participants, you can register first at uigreenmetric.com, register/university. And if you ever need assistance, you can always reach out to us by sending us email to support@uigreenmetric.com. Okay, so this is also an important information that we would like to convey for today's meeting, that we have shifted our timeline earlier. So we will start the submission process from 26th February, and then we will close the submission data on the 30th of June 2026, which is quite different, very different to last year's submission process, which we started in June and we closed the submission in October. So this is as early as possible. We would like to receive the data from your universities, and then so that we have more time to validate and assess and review the data that are submitted to our system. So the data validation period is from July to August 2026. And then the result announcement now is in, for this year's will be in September compared to last year, which was in December. Next. So this is the online questionnaire in the profile section. This is more comprehensive than before. So we would like to ask you for all your basic data related to the university. And then next one. Yeah, so this is the online questionnaire. You can see like all the tabs with all the indicators, the 7 indicators of UI GreenMetric, and then under each page, there are sub-indicators depending on the indicators that you click. And then for 2026 questionnaire, universities may choose to upload evidence as a PDF or via a link. So this is one of the updates that we made for this year's submission. Next one. And this is the template for those who are new to UI GreenMetric. So we provide template for data submission. So you can follow the template. What are the requirements, the basic requirements of the data that we would assess or review? For example, the picture or the letter of circulatory letter from the high profile university leaders or other can provide in the template. And so all on our website. Next one. So this is also the submission process that when you submit your data, where you should click on. And next one. And then before you could finally send your data, you'll be asked a pop-up question regarding your consent to submit your data. Okay, so this is probably most of the questions coming to us is how the data will be scored. So how are university scores calculated? So each indicator has a maximum score. So the sub indicator of each indicator, and for example, 200 points here, and the final score is actually calculated by multiplying the indicator points by the multiplier of your answer choice. If you are aware of the university UI GreenMetric questionnaire, you will also familiar with all the option here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, with all the multiplier that embedded to each of the option. So please be, it is very crucial. Next one, next slide, please. So for example, so therefore it is very crucial to choose the option that most accurately reflects the actual conditions on campus. Next one, please. And so what if two universities have the same total score? So we implement a tie-breaking protocol. Here, so the energy or EC, which is the highest percentage, 20% category score will be prioritized first. And if the score remains the same, the waste category score will be considered and followed by the transportation category score. And then if the three categories still produce identical scores, then the assessment sequence will continue to education indicator or infrastructure, and then infrastructure indicator, then water, and finally the governance categories to decide which one is the having the higher ranking. Next one. Okay, so in the coming slides, I will explain about our service package information for you. Depending on your needs and depending on the situation in your universities. So in general, next slide, please. So in general, UI GreenMetric provides 6 different services, including consultation, ranking trackers, trace rating, events, co-organizing or organizing events, and then global branding, and also supporting the SDGs report. Next one. So we provide 3 different types of packages, and then the main difference of all these packages is the number of consultation. So the silver consultation only will only allow for one online meeting consultation with our assessors who are university professors or experts in the field of relevance to the indicators of UI GreenMetric. And then the gold will allow the universities to have 2 online consultations and a certificate of compliance. And the platinum service packages will allow the university to have 3 meeting consultation. And this one could also be an in-person consultation. Assessors can visit your university and to give you a more comprehensive image and then analysis on what to improve in your university. And also with platinum, you will get certificates of compliance and the TRIS rating. And all of that by taking our service packages, you will get a profile and banner distributed on our social media and our official website. And you will have the opportunity to hosting events, co-organizing it with UI GreenMetric so that we could also invite networks, universities in our network. And you will get a fact file analysis of your current situation of the university. Next one. And apart from that, we also have a separate package if you only want to focus on the SDGs report, drafting the SDGs report. So we will help you to you will collect the data from your university, and then we will draft the report according to the international standard. And also, yeah, and then this is also like 3 different meetings. So you will get 3 different consultation meetings for this one. Next one. So what are actually the benefits for universities joining UI GreenMetric? And the first one, of course, by supporting the UI GreenMetric activities, you will be participating in events hosted by our university partners, co-organized with UI GreenMetric around the world. And then the second one is you showcase your university's practices in sustainability with our network of 1,700 universities in 105 countries. And then the third one, you will promote your universities to more than, yeah, this one. And then the next one, also gaining deep insights into university performance by getting our fact file analysis. And also the last one is, of course, to implement the partnership for goals, which is also part of the SDGs number 17. Next one. So this is some of the curated stories of institution commitment and UI GreenMetric expertise. So several universities have improved their sustainability scores by joining our program, their scoring, their points. But additionally, certain universities have maintained their top positions over 3 years, at least at UI GreenMetric. Because we focus on using real data to help universities to take action and implement them. And also we help build a green community on campus, not just for the students, but also community for the leaders of the universities. And our support to turn universities from planning into meaningful change. Next one. So here are some important links related to our methodology, questionnaire, service package information that you can click on our new website, uigreenmetric.com. And next one. Yeah, so I would like to thank you for your participation today, early in the morning in the UK and Europe. And if you would like to get a e-certificate from this webinar, you can confirm your attendance and also scan the QR code here, as you can see on the screen. To receive an electronic certificate. That's all from me. Thank you so much once again, and I will give back to the MC. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abigail. Amelia, for the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin the Q&A session, we would like to play a short video introducing UI GreenMetric service and global reach. While the video is playing, we invite you to prepare to submit your questions through the Q&A box or the chat box features. We will address them immediately after the video concludes. Please enjoy the video. Thank you. Let us now move to Q&A segment of today's session. We sincerely appreciate the questions that have been submitted through the chat box, and we will take this opportunity to address several of them. These questions reflect the diverse context and challenges faced by campuses across UK and Europe. And we hope this session will provide practical insights and share inspiration. To help us respond, we are pleased to invite back Dr. Abelia to address the questions and further elaborate on the topic discussed earlier. Dr. Abelia, the first question we had from Ms. Anna Tomkin. She asked, changing the deadline for submitting data to the UI GreenMetric ranking is inconvenient for universities in Poland. Preparing the required data involves a significant amount of work and coordination across multiple departments. This year, you're also introducing new questions category, which will require even greater effort and additional resource from participating institutions. The current GreenMetric deadline overlaps with the submission deadlines of other rankings in which we have been participating for many years.
Okay, let me answer this. Thank you.
Yes. Please. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, we really apologize for changing the deadline. Yeah, but this is the reasoning is that it's in a good faith. Yeah, because based on our past experience, the previous deadline is approaching the end of the fiscal year, and this is make challenges for both us and partners, yeah, in terms of administrative procedures, yeah. So that's one of the reason. The other reason is that in terms of timing, yeah, I have an experience in coordinating international ranking data, so we adjust this timeline not overlapping with other rankings, yeah, especially the main ones, Times Higher Education and QS, which usually at the latest it's March, yeah, Dr. Rami, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the deadline in June is already over the timeline of submitting QS and Times Higher Education. But again, we really apologize if it's make your organization inconvenient. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vishnu. So for this session, we also had a lot of questions about the time frame data that is need to be submitted for this year ranking. Maybe Dr. Abelia. So from when to when the data that will be submitted?
Okay, probably Dr. Rahmi will be able to explain more about that, but I would like to echo what our Dr. Vishnu already mentioned. We acknowledge that this probably could influence or have impact in the a lot of people's working workload, but we have considered the changing of the period of submission by carefully also uh, considering all other submission of the rankings. And then for the data submitted for this year's period, Dr. Rahmi probably could answer better for this one.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Abel. So thank you very much for all the questions. I completely understand the concern. Preparing the submissions does take real coordinations, especially with the new governance and digitalizations elements. And for 2026, data submissions window is 26 February to 30 June to 2026, followed by validations in July to August, with results announced in September. So to reduce pressure where possible, the guideline will also allow you to report data using either a calendar year or a rolling 12-month periods, which can help you align with your internal reporting cycle. So on the deadline itself, I can't promise changes during the sessions, but we will look your feedback and raise with the secretariat, and the instrument is reviewed regularly, and comments like yours are parts of that process. So if you like more informations, please email the secretariat directly so your consent is formally recorded and we follow up with any official updates. I think
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay, I want to add about the new indicators here, governance and digitalizations. Yeah, yeah. Well, it seems that there will be a lot of indicators, but in fact, there are some indicators previously under because one part of the sub indicators in the previous indicators are moved to these new indicators. Yeah, for its instance, like the usage of information communication and technology, in which in the past all indicators include that. Now we move it to the new governance and digitalization, which is more in line and more comprehensive related to ICT. And then also, like for examples in for the sustainable report, yeah, sustainable report used to be part of the education and research, and we move it to governance and digitalization. So and others, I think most of the indicators of governance you already have, yeah, the system, the policy you already have. We are confident of that. Yeah. For example, like a whistleblowing system, the financial report, and so on. So we hope that these new indicators would not add your task, yeah, in organizing and compiling the data. But we're confident that the change would not that much yet, so that it could create a substantial additional workload, yeah, in your part, in your organization. But again, if it's provide any inconvenience, we really apologize. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi and Dr. Vishnu, for the answer. Maybe we still have another questions from Mr. Asunchon Villa. Sorry if I'm mistaken. Congratulations for three questions. First, which year is taken into the account of the data? That is the previous questions. And Second, could you tell us or send us the standardized validation process that is applied uniformly to the indicators? And the third question is the review and verification of the information submitted carried out using artificial intelligence,
Mhm.
either in whole or in part.
Okay. So I can answer these questions if it's okay. Sure. Okay. So the second questions, can you share the standardized validations process? So at the high level, after you submit, the questionnaire goes through a review process by UI GreenMetric reviewers, and they may adjust scores based on expert validations, and evidence is used to support and validate what is submitted. And the scheduled data validations period is July to August 2026. And if you need the written standardized validations SOP in document form, the best route is to request it directly from the secretariat at support@uigreenmetric.com. And for the third questions, is AI used in the review? The materials shared for the sessions describe review by UI GreenMetric reviews with expert validations, but so we do not use AI, and uh, the AI is not used for verifications of submissions. And if you need an official statement on whether any AI tools are used at any step, and please email us that can confirm the current practice. I think that's it from me.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. And here we have another questions on the questionnaire from Mr. Adam Martin. Could you elaborate on what kind of supporting evidence do you need for indicator use of ICT for planning, implementation, and etc.?
Okay. So yes, thank you for the questions, Adam. For GD6, you need to show how your university uses ICT to support planning, implementations, monitoring, and evaluations of sustainability programs that align with UI GreenMetric. For example, via digital platforms, dashboard, systems, or applications. And practically, good evidence could include a link or and screenshot of your sustainability data portal, dashboard, or internal system page showing any KPIs and progress tracking, or screenshot of an ICT tools that used for program management and reports generated by the system, and a brief system descriptions, for example, SOP, yes, user guide excerpt, or any official memo that showing it is used institutionally. So you will also select the stage that best fits. Is it planning, implemented or evaluated and being improved, and the evidence is required to support that selections. I hope that answer your questions, Adam.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. Now we have questions from Mr. Muntader Alwandi. Evidence must be English, or can it be in different language? For example, social media posts or articles from website in different language.
Okay. So you may upload evidence such as website pages, social media posts, images, or documents that even in another languages, but the explanations or descriptions of the evidence should be in English. And in the description sections, so the reviewers can clearly understand what the evidence shows. So the explanations and descriptions of the evidence should be in English, although you may upload the website pages or social media posts in another languages. I hope that answer your questions.
Yeah, okay. I want to add on that topic, yeah, because I think you must all remember that
Mhm.
uploading an evidence itself it's not enough, yeah, because as a reviewer wants to see the narrative, yeah. So it will be important to have a description or narration explaining about the evidence, yeah. especially the one that is not in English, because obviously not everybody knows other language than English, so it will help the reviewers that it, to review and to make sure that the evidence, the data align with the indicators that we GreenMetric require. That's my additional comments.
Probably just a bit on that issue. Because if you have, for example, it will be easier for events or other thing that requires planning in advance. So you could actually add English translation under your language, for example, for the title of the events or for other documents that you think you will submit it to as an evidence for UI GreenMetric, then you could do it in advance so that it will help you to convince the reviewer, and then to help you also in describing and the explanation of the evidence. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Here we have a light questions from David Esteban. Is the translation must be official or can it be unofficial translates? Dr. Ahmad.
Yeah, I think I think with the widely available generative AI, I think we're open to that. So it doesn't have to be like officials, yeah, quote unquote officials. But as long as it can be understood by the reviewer, that will be enough for me. Yeah. So use the technology, the recent technology development as much as possible, yeah, to your advantage. Yeah, Dr. Ami, you want to add?
Sure, yes. Thank you, David, for the questions. Having official document in Spanish or another language is not the penalty in itself. You may submit evidence in different languages, for example, like social media or official documents in your local languages. But what is important is that the evidence descriptions or explanations is provided in English. And in practice, you do not need to write all official governance documents in English just for the rankings. A good approach is to keep your official documents in your institutional language and provide an English summary in the evidence descriptions. And if helpful, a short translated extract of the most relevant sections. So that usually avoid extra administrative burden while still making the evidence understandable for validations. I hope that answer your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. Yeah, maybe we have questions from Mr. Mahmoud Al-Dohi. This is with the new timeline schedule, moving data submission to February, there is only 4 months left. Is this the reason in many indicators being submitted again without any change in the data due to the limited time? Please, Dr.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Mahmoud, for the questions. So, yes, we recognize the gap feels shorter this year because the submissions window has moved forward to 26 February until 30 June 2026. So in practice, it is entirely possible that some indicators will be submitted again with little or no change, and that is not problem. Each item is scored numerically and then weight by category. So if performance hasn't changed, the points are typically the same. And what matters is that you report using consistent 12-month window, calendar year or rolling 12 months, and provide clear evidence. And the submissions is done reviewed by the UI GreenMetric reviewers who may adjust scores based on expert validations. And because of 2026 introduced the new governance and digitalizations category and more structured supporting data, many universities will also focus on strengthening their documentations, even if underlying numbers are similar. I hope that answers your questions, Dr. Mahmood.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. Now let's move to the next question. Here we have from Mr. Prabu. The question is related to the setting and infrastructure. We are living in the desert area in the Middle East, and here rains are very, very rare. In that case, water absorption in forest areas take big hit. What should we do?
Okay. Thank you, Prabu. That's a very fair questions, and UI GreenMetric recognize that local contents varies widely, including the climate and the extent of green space available. So in practice, I would suggest three things. First, report what you genuinely have using the indicators definitions. For example, for the forest vegetations indicator setting and infrastructures. Number two, you can apply your national forest definitions. And if there isn't one, you may refer to the VAU or VRA definitions provided in the guideline. And the second is maximize what is achievable in arid environment, especially via planted vegetations and conservations. And the third is on water absorption, focus on permeable surfaces and infiltrations design, not rainfall volume. So you can still improve this through the campus design, like permeable pavement, infiltration zones until the drainage friendly surfaces, and document it with campus maps or site plans. I think that should be help for you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I want to add, I understand that some countries or some universities have different environment or infrastructure conditions. So I think we're planning to hopefully it will be commenced. Yeah, we're planning to launch a more regional rankings. Yeah, that it fits to the ecosystem that your country or your region has. Yeah, but of course we would like to, for example, as much as possible, university from Middle East to participate so that we can create these regional rankings. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rahmi and Dr. Vishnu. Now we move to Mr. Muhammad Ahmed questions. To what extent you are working to align GreenMetric to the UN 17 SDGs? That's the question, Dr. Rahmi.
Okay, so for me. Okay, then thank you very much for the questions. And UI GreenMetric actively encourages universities to integrate the SDGs into their education, research, and community engagement, and also governance. In 2026 instrument, this is also reflected in specific indicators where universities report how their programs support the SDGs, including options up to supporting 14 or 17 SDGs with evidence required. So in the 26th of February, you may look into the guideline, and there is specifically each indicator support which SDGs. So I think you should wait until 26th of February so you can look up into the further methodology or guideline for UI GreenMetric Sustainability University Ranking 2026.
Okay, Mbak Rehana. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Rahmi, for the response as well. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Ahmed, for the question. So the I'm just clarifying, are you referring to the 17th SDG or all the 17 SDGs? Because I think I mentioned in my presentation that by joining the UI GreenMetric network, you are especially supporting the 17 SDG, which is the collaboration, the partnerships for goals under the SDGs network. So by joining with UI GreenMetric, you will have a global multi-stakeholder network, which includes also like knowledge exchange, peer learning, institutional collaboration in terms of events, organizing events, or other different types of exchange and collaboration. And also, if possible, the data sharing and also transparency and collaborative policy development in sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abel. So before we move to the next question, I would like to inform for those who wish to learn about the 2026 guidelines and templates, we have opened the access. Please visit our official websites. You can access the guideline and templates. Okay, back to the question and answer chat box. Here we have questions from anonymous attendee. It's about setting an infrastructure part. So if the university has 6 different buildings distributed in a neighborhood in close proximity to one another, could we call it a campus?
Okay, so yes, thank you for the questions. You can, provided you treat it as one campus site. In 2026 questionnaire, a campus site is essentially a separate locations where your university conducts academic activities. So if your 6 buildings are in the same neighborhood and functions as one locations, you would normally report that as one campus and submit that combined campus area and building areas supported by a campus map or master plan showing the locations and distributed of facilities. If, however, those buildings are considered separate locations, for example, in different districts or towns or cities, then you should report them as more than one campus site and ensure the data for the related indicator is consistent applied across all listed campuses. Either way, when calculating total campus area, include only areas used for academic activities such as teaching, facilities, administration, student, or activity buildings, and supported with clear mapping evidence. I hope that answers your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. Now I think we have another question from Dr. Adejuwana Neye. Considering the ultra-short interval between the last submission and current set timeline, won't this affect the possible outcome of this year overall performance? Adejuwan. Adejuwan.
Okay. So the question is, will the short interval affect overall performance? The answer is it may mean some indicators remain unchanged, and that's expected. Submissions are reviewed by the UI GreenMetric reviewers, and scoring is based on your submitted data. So with possible adjustment through expert validations. Also, in 2026 guideline, it introduced again a new indicators, governance and digitalizations, and updated weightings. So result can change due to the revised structures and the fact that ranking is comparative across all participating universities. I hope that answer your questions.
Yeah, I think I want to add the questions. Yeah, I don't I don't put so much concern about the change of the ranking, yeah, because as far as you can, for example, you already reach a certain ranking that is quite uh, respected. And then as long as you consistently completing all the data, providing the comprehensive data with the evidence, we are confident that it won't affect your ranking. And perhaps there's an opportunity to increase your ranking, yeah, because of that. Yeah. Because the new indicator itself, in terms of percentage, it's the smallest, yeah, right, Dr. Rami? It's the smallest percentage compared to other indicators. So, in by calculation, it won't affect that much, yeah, through the whole indicators, yeah, compared to if you have new indicators and right away become a big percentage in the calculation of the total indicators. So I don't think that for those university who are committed and consistent, I'm sure that uh, there will be a consistency, yeah, and even increase its achievement. But again, it depends, yeah, because again, I have an experience in coordinating all the data rankings. I also observe other universities who mobilize ranking data. Sometimes there's a change in terms of a team, change in policies, change in university leaders that affect the uh, the performance of unit or task force that mobilize the data. Yeah. So as long as you consistent, yeah, in terms of management, in terms of policy, in terms of support from leaders, I'm confident that you will get optimum results.
Thank you, Dr. Vishnu. I think this is the last questions for today's session from Anonymous again. So if a university has several offerings on campus, however, one of these offerings is actually lecture building owned by another school, only few lecture halls are used in such case, the area of this entire building as our building or
Interesting.
avoid
Okay. Thank you for the questions. So in that scenarios, you should not count the entire building as your building just because some lectures take place in there. So for the setting and infrastructure sections, the guidance is to report campus and building areas for your university's campus, and only areas used for academic activities should be included. And likewise, the buildings area refers to the total area of campus building supported by campus map and building area calculations. So practically, if you only use a few lecture hall occasionally in another institution's building, it is best to exclude that building from your campus or building area figures. And if you have a clearly defined or dedicated space there, for example, a leased area or rooms assigned exclusively to your program, you may include only the floor area you actually occupy, not the whole building, and it support with a floor plan or area calculations. So if that location is considered a separate place where you conduct academic activities, you should also consider whether it is counted as an additional campus site. And if you report more than one campus site, the data must be applied consistently across the related indicators. So I hope that answer your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmi. I think here actually we have two last questions, I think. Here from Muhammad Taha Karoglu. Yeah, our university has small urban campuses in addition to the main campus. Should we submit data only for the main campus, or do we need to include the urban campuses as well as our submission in our submission? And another question from Sebnem Hoskara, it's about the SDGs report. Should they submit the SDGs report for 2024, 2025 in this year? Is that okay?
Okay, thank you. From Subnim Hoskara, thank you for the questions. Yes, that can be okay. For your 2026, you should report using 112 month window, calendar year, or a rolling academic year. If your SDGs report 2024 until 2025 matches the reporting period you choose for 2026, you may use it again as evidence. If it doesn't match, use the most recent completed 12 months that aligns with your selected window, and make sure the dates are clearly shown in the evidence descriptions. I hope to answer your questions. And for Mr. Muhammad Taha Koroglu, um, interesting questions. If those urban campuses are separate locations where your university conducts academic activities, you should include them in your submissions. For example, report the number campus site accordingly. So if you report more than one campus site, the guidance is that all relevant data must be applied consistently across all listed campuses for the related indicators supported by campus map or master plan evidence. And for the last questions, I guess for Mr. Capelletti, thank you for the questions. The login page here is uigreenmetric.com/questionnaire/university/ and returning university submit data there and log in with their existing username and password. But if you can access it, please contact our email support@uigreenmetric.com. I think I hope to answer your questions.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Rahmi, Dr. Abelia, and Dr. Vishnu. That was the end of Q&A session for today's session. And thank you once again to all of our participants and especially to our speakers, Dr. Abelia, for the valuable insight shared today. Just a quick reminder that the submission for UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Ranking 2026 is currently open and will remain open until 26 February to 30 June 2026. For institution participating for the first time, please feel free to contact us via email with greenmetric@ui.ac.id. I think you can find our email in the chat box from the Secretariat or visit our website at uigreenmetric.com. For universities seeking to further improve their performance, we also offer the UI GreenMetric consultation package, a tailored support service designed to help campuses to implement practical sustainability strategies based on our seven criteria. We warmly invite your institution to join this service and collaborate with our experts. Before we conclude, please scan the QR code displayed on your screen now to confirm your attendance and receive your e-certificate and the presentation slides in PDF format as a token of appreciation. You may also stay connected with us through our official social media channels accessible via the QR provided. We hope today's session has inspired your university to move forward in building a greener, smarter, and more responsible campus. Until next time, see you in the ranking boards.
Thank you so much, everyone, and good morning.
Thank you so much, everyone. Hope to see you in the announcement of UI GreenMetric Sustainable University Rankings 2026. Thank you so much.